Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see here at Kyalami. Welcome back. It's another round of the Track Titan Community Race Series, and more importantly than that, it's the final round of Season 4. We're wrapping it up here. We'll have a couple of weeks away, and we're back for Season 5 very soon. But before all that, we, of course, have this round here at Kyalami in the Indy cars, and joining me for this fantastic finale is Spitzlam. How are we today?
We're fine. Hello, guys.
Here he is, the man, the myth, the legend. Exciting racing on the cards today here at Kyalami, as I said, in South Africa. 4.5 kilometers of circuit, 16 corners. You can see some of the corners in the background of the shot here with some lovely GVs on the go. And let's quickly have a look at the championship standings coming into this round because, well, as we found out last week, our champion is already crowned. Ryan Skywalker has won this championship in some fashion. And to celebrate, he won't be here tonight because load shedding in South Africa means that he wouldn't have power. So unfortunately, he misses out this week. But that won't matter, of course, because he's already won the championship. Max Newt 7, close behind in second place. He wasn't far off from the championship this time round, and we'll see if he can come back in Season 5 and have another go. Yeah, too little too late for Max Newt, and he's going to, I think, finish in second unless he has a terrible, terrible day at the races today. I think it could be impossible for Dennis to catch him. We will see how that goes anyway. Dennis Bosman in third position, but this is where the real battle is that we need to keep our eyes on today. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all within just under 200 points there. Dennis Bosman, Henry Comte, Lil Skittle, and Lucas Gulicek, and they're all racing today as well. So it'll be very interesting to see who takes up the final spot on the championship podium tonight. And then outside of that, you've got Hugh Jass, Alexander Gray, Roger Sale, and Victor Lundgren rounding out the top 10, separated each by about 185 points there from 7th to 10th. So that could all change. There are a few drivers outside of the top 10 aiming to get up into the top 10 as well. So exciting stuff on the cards today. As I said, let's go to a few track cams and we'll start to talk about what we can expect from tonight. Spitzlam, the times in the Hot Lap Challenge throughout the week have been tumbling down steadily. 119s, I believe we're into.
Like 119.3, fastest lap by Nathan Older. And I want to have a question. We didn't have with the pass in practice, is that right?
I think that's correct. Yeah, not sure whether that's an Assetto Corsa thing. It was. I've attempted to enable it for this race session. It's certainly not disabled in the server settings. So we'll see if the drivers can actually use it. I'm not sure whether they are. It could be something that opens within the race.
For the race. Yeah. It is like DRS for 1 second. So it's weird that Nathan got a time of 119.3 with... actually, this has been an investigation by Gulicek and Ryan Skywalker with 4 lockups, 3 missed apexes, and his steering input is weird. And on apex at turn 7, he was 30 kilometers per hour faster with a lower downforce setup than Gulicek, who has a pretty good time. So there's a possibility that
we'll see. Yeah, a lot of the guys have been really aiming to get up to Nathan's speed. He's been absolutely flying all week, and as you said, he's got very unique driving style that's led some drivers having to, analyze his laps and see where he's gaining time, and he's just gaining time all over the place. So a very, very fast driver on our hands today, and he currently is sat in provisional pole position in first place, 119.589 in qualifying right now. Emma Chapman there into the qualifying positions. The best name on the grid, I'll argue, actually, personally. But she's got a 119.893. She's down underneath the 120s. So, an exciting race on our hands, I think. We've got a few very, very fast drivers, and obviously no Ryan here today, which is a shame. It'd be great to see what kind of challenge he can bring. He got very, very close to taking the win off Nathan last week round. And here on his home circuit, I'm sure he would have given Nathan a right run for his money. But we'll see if anyone can match the pace of the British driver. It'll be an exciting qualifying session and an even more exciting race, I'm sure. 1 minute 45 remaining, and where are some other times going on here? We've got Lucas Gulajek currently in 3rd position. He has been on it all week as well. He had a great time in the Hot Lap Challenge. Roger Sale currently in 4th position. He's got a 125.32. So not far off the top 3 at all. And actually, to be fair, the entire top 10 are separated by just about a second and a half, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, they definitely are. The whole grid is actually separated. It's not the whole grid. But yeah, it's very close.
Yeah, very, very close. It would be an exciting race on our hands. Dennis Bosman there putting himself into 5th position provisionally. He managed to get on a lap time there of 1:20.550, excuse me. So only 2/100ths of a second off Roger Sale. Those two have been having great battles all year, and of course, as I said before, they are very close in the championship. So I think it's going to be a case of who comes out on top, isn't it, between those two guys?
It's definitely one of those. So Nathan can run away with this. We don't know how Emma races, so yeah, it will be very interesting even to see the start of the race.
Yep, very exciting stuff. And I suppose at the end of the day, it does come down to the start of the race as well, because, as we know, these race starts are very, very chaotic in this race series. And Kyalami, that first corner it's sharp, isn't it? It's very, very sharp. Oh, well, not the kink, sorry, the second corner, excuse me. Yeah, the second corner.
The second corner is Prop Horn into jet ski sweep and into barbecue. It's a really tight section. It will be amazing to see the grid filter through that.
Certainly will. We'll see how they all filter through and how they all come out. However, the checkered flag has finally fallen on qualifying, and the last driver across the line looks like it was Emma Chapman, but she's coming to the pits now. So we'll try and follow the last few drivers across the line as they tried to put in their fastest lap time and take pole away from Nathan Alder, or a podium away from these drivers up at the top. And some of those drivers that could potentially do it are on your screen now. Juice Veyer is currently in 10th position. He's had a great few races out with 4. We'll see if he can capitalise today, following Andrew Glegg and John Ford ahead of him. Those two drivers are currently 8th and 9th provisionally, both in the 121, so they need to improve their lap time significantly if they're to get any further up the top 10. But we'll watch John Ford. Oh, John Ford gets a big snap of oversteer, goes very wide, retires instantly to the pits there. Very easy thing to do coming around the top end of the circuit there at Leocop, down through Mineshaft now with Andrew Glegg. I think Juice Veers has come into the pits. He's decided his lap is sufficient. So all eyes are on Andrew Glegg here. The checker flag has fallen. This is the last driver to complete a lap. He's coming through the penultimate corner now into the final corner here at Kyalami. It's Ingwe out of using all the exit curve there, powering down the straight. Andrew Glegg puts in a lap time of... Oh, he doesn't improve his lap time at all there. He puts in a 1:22.381, so almost a second and a half down on his best lap time. And yeah, he's going to have to step up his game a little bit if he wants to get much faster than that. Right, let's see if the drivers will be put on the grid here. Are they in there on the grid for you?
Nope.
We will see. A set of Corsa,
no, John.
Hopefully, will not repeat its same problems.
Well, everyone in the pit, it's for everyone.
There we go. I think the drivers will start to... I think the drivers might have to... Well, this is fun, isn't it? Let's restart this session and we'll see if we can get this going. There we go. That's us on the grid now in the right order. Nathan Alder is on pole position here with Emma Chapman right alongside him. Those two drivers will be battling it out right into the first few corners. Interestingly here, all the drivers look to be on the same tyre except for Diogo Texera here. Diogo Texera, the driver starting from... Well, he's just come into the pits. I'm not sure what's going on with him. He could potentially be retiring, ready to change his tyres. But as I said, Nathan Alder starting on pole position. Emma Chapman alongside Dennis Bosman in third position. Roger Sale in fourth. And then this man here, Isaac Johansson in fifth position. Looking ahead, looking in his mirror, seeing it's full of Henry Compsey. Where can he move through in towards the first corner. And with that in mind, Spitzlam, it's something that I'm going to come to as I do every single week. Not the first corner this time. That's the kink. But the second corner. Who will be in the lead of this race?
Emma will have it better. She will be close to the apex of both of those corners and have a bit better entry for the second corner. So if Nathan doesn't awake his inner Daniel Ricciardo, then it should be fun.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Big thing here for Emma Chapman. This is her first online race ever, apparently. You wouldn't think it from how fast she is and how she's come second in qualifying, but she is a hot lapper at heart, and she's just decided to venture into the online racing scene. So this will be a trial by fire, I'm going to say, for her. Hopefully she can convert this fantastic qualifying position into a fantastic race finish, but we'll see. There's 40 seconds left for the drivers on the grid, and I think we've got a total of 14 drivers here ready and waiting to race. And well, the one at the back right now is Diogo Teixeira, I believe. Sat here, looking around, looking fairly lonely right at the back. We'll jump aboard and have a look around from here. Alexander Gray didn't get a great qualifying there. He's only starting from 13th. And Lil Skittle just ahead. There's a few kind of big names here that are stuck right at the back of the grid. So I'm not sure whether that's issues on their end or whether they just couldn't convert. We'll see. Lil Skittle drops a message in the chat to finish first. First you have to finish. Very true. We'll see who does. 6 red lights go on for the drivers here. 6 red lights go out now, and away we go. And Emma Chapman does get a fantastic start off the line here. She is almost leading into the first corner. Indeed, she is. Nathan Older has dropped back down. Dennis Bosman and John Ford are going side by side, and Lucas Gulacek is sniffing up around the outside of Nathan Older. Nathan Older tries to break very deep and take the position away from back from Emma Chapman, but he doesn't manage to. Emma Chapman leads this race. Nathan Older close behind. Lucas Gulacek tailing him around the first few S's. There's a lot of chaos in the first corner, as expected. Drivers going off left, right, and centre. The leaderboard on the left is not quite correct. Oh, Dennis Bosman, big slap of oversteer in the wall at the background, but he has managed to recover, and he is going the right way. Another driver isn't going the right way, though. That's Henry Comsey. He's backwards coming out of the third corner there. That's terrible stuff for the Finnish driver, but leading this race still is Emma Chapman, followed by Nathan Older. Anything else going on there, Spitz?
It seems like Gulacek spun a little bit. There has been a crash. I think it's like 3 cars involved. There's Isaac Johansson, Andrew Gleck, and Diego, if I'm right. I don't remember really well. There was a little bit of a scrap there. One car went flying for a little bit, but it wasn't that much.
That's a real shame. It's a fine line with these cars, isn't it? They're so twitchy, so high downforce that one little touch can ruin a race in a corner, as we saw there. But some drivers at the front, they haven't had their race ruined. Emma Chapman, she got that absolute dream start there. Got ahead of Nathan Older, but now she's got to check her mirrors constantly because the Brit is charging, and he's charging very strong behind. John Ford filtered into third position. That's a great start for him in his second ever Track Titan event. And then Roger Sale in 4th position. He's going to be leading that mid-pack charge. Where's his big rival, Dennis Bosman, down in 7th currently. And Lucas Gulacek also in 6th position. So Roger Sale controlling that 3rd place battle as it stands currently, but it all depends. It might not be enough to take 3rd place away from Dennis Bosman. We'll have to see how this race pans out, and the next one, of course. First name, last name, Lil Skittle rolls off the tongue there. He is getting tailed here by Alexander Gray. Alexander Gray, as I said, didn't get a fantastic start to qualifying, but has made the most of some incidents ahead of him. He's into 10th position here and trying to find 9th position away from Lil Skittle, but Lil Skittle, of course, is a fast driver. Juice Veyer is just ahead of him as well, trying to run away from the pair of them. Lucas Gulacek closing in on Victor Lundgren. Victor Lundgren has had a fantastic qualifying there, and well, he's 10th in the championship right now. He should be looking to move up a couple positions now and take potentially one away from his fellow countryman, Michel Rodriguez, I believe, up ahead of him. But he might be taking on a few less points if Lucas Gulacek can close this gap and get ahead of him. Drivers kind of settling into their races now, Spitzlam. This lead is fragile for Emma Chapman, though, isn't it?
Definitely very fragile. Now the fastest lap by Nathan, 120.8. And Henry is struggling. And I mean that with my whole heart.
Yeah, he's really struggling down at the back of the pack. 40 seconds off the next driver, really not getting to grips with this car after that incident in the first lap. Surely be pitting for some repairs soon. Victor Lundgren, you saw on your screens then, he managed to get himself past Roger Sale with an absolutely picture-perfect move, it has to be said, into the second corner. No ifs or buts about it, that was a clean move there. Victor Lundgren into 4th position and dampening the 3rd place battle a little bit for Roger Sale, as Roger Sale was trying to get away with some points here, but Lukas Gulacek very, very close behind him and potentially going to take away a few points from him, isn't he?
I definitely can do that if he doesn't go onto grass for...
As he just did then.
For a lot more. Yeah, he did. Definitely.
Wow.
The slipstream in these cars is absolute. You have to get in 1 second and you can just catch anybody you want.
Yeah, apparently the slipstream is quite effective, but overtaking can get quite difficult as you can lose a lot of traction, as Nathan Alder seems to have just found out. Oh, as he runs wide in the penultimate corner there, loses a lot of time to Emma Chapman, and now John Ford starts his attack for 2nd position. Nathan Alder could take this position away from Emma Chapman if he can hold it together. Emma doing everything she can to hold on to this lead of the race and become the first female race winner. We'll see if that is a milestone that can be made tonight. In through the second corner now, Nathan Alder just getting his lines right now, trying to keep the traction. You can see him taking a slightly wider line through the SS there, and I think that is to get out of the wake of Emma Chapman, because this slipstream, it's a bit like the old F1 cars, this slipstream is very, very potent. You can catch a ton of time to the driver ahead, but I think you lose a lot of grip, don't you?
You do lose a lot of grip, and also dirty air is one of the things that I think he wants to get rid of right now. Yeah, that will be a very good point. For the dirty air, you have to get really close. I think Nathan is now in the dirty air and is feeling the effects of it a little bit.
Certainly is. We'll see how this fares. Of course, John Ford, I say, he's catching Nathan, but he's also going to be feeling the effects of the dirty air behind him. So we'll see if he can. I don't know what the words are. If you can get past Nathan Alder without too much fuss. I mean, he's dropped back a little bit from him now, and Nathan is keeping this attack on Emma Chapman absolutely relentless here for first position. There are some other battles on track, though, that we'll cut back to now because it's all changing. Isaac Johansson past Diego Teixeira for 12th position. Lukas Gulacek very close now behind Roger Sale. We'll see if he can manage to get ahead of the Norwegian driver now. We'll go on board with him as he comes down, braking very, very deep into the second corner, getting ahead of Roger Sale around the outside. What an absolutely fantastic move from Lukas Gulacek there, and he's putting all the pace that he found in qualifying to good use in the race, taking 5th position away from Roger Sale and potentially 4th in the championship.
I don't know it's championship points. That's your job. Meanwhile, Nathan still feeling a little bit of more, trying to get a little bit more slipstream and still feeling a little bit of the effect of the dirty air. I think the same is happening a little bit for Gulacek, who is catching up. So I think he caught the slipstream. So the slipstream would be at like 5,500, somewhere around that time is the break between slipstream and dirty air, I would say.
I think so. It looks like that. The drivers. Well, I think what I was told by Ryan this week is that you need a significant time differential between you and the driver ahead to really make the move. And when drivers are so tightly locked at the horns, as Nathan and Emma are, and as some other drivers on the grid are as well, it's quite hard to make that move stick.
That's a mistake by Victor Lundgren, and Gulacek is using too much of it as he can, going through the kink, having the better line for it, and outside, maybe diving maybe a little bit deep, taking the inside by Victor Lundgren. Victor, a really nice defensive move, but Gulacek not trying to switch back, he was on that line. That seemed very aggressive by Victor Lundgren.
And Victor Lundgren goes very, very wide as well, and Roger Sale moves through on him. So 2 positions lost in just about as many corners for Victor Lundgren there. And, well, that unravelled very quickly for the Swedish driver there, didn't it?
It definitely did. Now it will just be on the lap times. This will be very interesting.
It will be very interesting.
Gulacek seems like he can run away. He's gaining more and more time.
He's going to be hoping to do that, isn't he? I mean, you can see the gap between himself and Roger Sale that have opened up.
Over a second, so I think Roger will feel a little bit of dirty air, but a guy who won't definitely feel dirty air is Victor Lundgren. And Gulacek lagged back.
Oh, Gulacek with a big drift there. Ooh. Goodness me, look at that. How has he controlled that? Oh my goodness me. I thought he was going to go very much off there, but he controlled that fantastically. And he gained time?
He's 2 seconds ahead.
What?
Victor is now gaining more and more and will try to reclaim 5th position. What?
How has that just happened? I swear to goodness.
That's more than an interview by itself. Just that one drift. What?
Oh my gosh.
Welcome to the IndyCar mods.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
IndyCar mods.
Just look at the ace speed.
Yeah, this is very true. Victor Lundgren here, he's getting very, very aggressive now on Roger Sale, and Roger Sale goes very, very wide. Roger Sale rejoining the circuit. Victor Lundgren's going to be alongside him before they come in towards the S's now, and he's going to sweep around the outside. Roger Sale down a position. Dennis Bosman's now starting his attack on Roger Sale, and well, this is a big one here for 3rd position. I mean, Lukas Gulacek is going to be trying to run away with it there in 4th position, trying to catch up to get the 3rd in the race and the 3rd in the championship, but these two now have got to duke it out on track. Coming through the undulations here in South Africa, up the hill towards Leah Kopp. Iconic corner here. You got over the crest, you got to be braking before you've even seen the corner, and then powering back out of it. Victor Lundgren leading a little bit of a train here. He took that position away from Roger Sale fairly easily because Roger Sale went very wide. But Victor Lundgren, as we saw just a few laps ago, can make the same kind of mistakes, can't he?
Doesn't seem like he can. Gulacek is gaining more and more time. Oh, that, and Nathan is just sitting behind Emma. Still 5 minutes left, around 5 minutes left to go.
There is indeed.
He's about the same time at the start of the race.
Yeah, he's not let her run away with it. You can still see him taking them interesting lines there to avoid the slipstream. He's managing this race very, very well, and there's something that I say it week in, week out about just not making the move too easily. He's just going to psych her out. He's going to sit behind her, learn her lines, and then make that crucial move towards the end of the race, isn't he?
He's playing mind games with her. If he sits more and more behind her, more and more he will get into her mind, and she will more likely crash out.
He's just toying with her right now, isn't he? He's just sat behind her, waiting for her to make a mistake, and then he can dive. But that being said, we're giving a lot of praise to Nathan here. However, it has to be said, Emma has controlled this race from the front as cleanly as you like. Obviously, she's not running away from Nathan right now, and it seems to me like Nathan looks to be making that move. He looks to be waiting to make a move. But it's not as easy as that. And Emma hasn't stepped a foot wrong all race. She's been sticking to her lines like absolute glue. And she's been putting in fast lap after fast lap and keeping Nathan behind. If she was going much slower, Nathan would have been past her by now, wouldn't he?
Definitely with Emma. Fastest lap, 1:20.092.
Proves the point. She's been absolutely flying. She said she was a hot lapper, usually. And, well, she's going to prove it because when you're out in front of the race, it's basically just a hot lap challenge, isn't it? And she's been putting in consistent laps here and all the way through.
In the wall. Don't know how, don't know
what's
why.
Happened there? Who's that?
Alexander Great, the meatball.
Goodness me, the Swedish meatball.
Somehow got into the wall, and the battle for the... I want to say a battle. Technically, the mind battle for the lead is the closest battle we have on track.
It is indeed, which is not something we usually get. Usually the lead is Ryan Skyrocker and he's 10 seconds up the road. Henry Comsey is weaving there on track. You can see him going in front of Lil Skill. Not sure if he's toying with him there. I'm pretty sure they're all in the same voice channel, so it might just be a bit of games.
I think he's just playing.
Yeah, he'll just be playing around with him. I think Henry Comsey now has resigned to 14th position.
Well, he will start first, maybe, so he might do the reverse Max Snoot.
Yeah,
remember,
this is true.
It's the same begin track. Oh, well, cool. How did you get on that barrier? And how are you back on track? I just saw him like balancing the car on top of the metal barrier. I don't know how he did that.
We're finding all sorts of Assetto Corsa moments here at Kyalami, but we're still going here. Isaac Johansson in 10th position. I think he took a position away from Lil Skittle there. And Andrew Glegg also took a position away, I believe. So drivers moving up the grid slightly, taking on a few more points. Andrew Glegg, currently in 9th position, he took home a podium last time out, and he's going to be looking to convert that in the second race by the looks of it, because I think a podium might be a little bit off the cards with 2 minutes remaining in this race. But the reverse grid race, it's going to be an interesting one because, as you say, Henry Comsey will be starting from pole, I believe. I'm not sure whether being a lap down demotes you back to the back of the grid. I'm not 100% on the exact specifics of how sort of Corsa calculates these things. It's quite inconsistent. Nonetheless, we'll find out, I'm sure, very shortly. 1 minute 40 and a lap remaining in this race. Emma Chapman still leading the way. Roger Sale dropping down the order. What's happened to him? He's backwards here. He's backwards. He's had an incident. Not sure whether that's of his own making or whether he's battling. Although it did look like he was in a little bit of a battle of his own earlier. So I can only assume he's span up at Leo Kopp of his own maker, which is a very easy thing to do, it must be said. Henry Comsey now giving him a little bit of a fun, toying with him there. But I don't think he's going to battle him. Oh, and Roger Sale there, spinning out once again. He's lost a position to Andrew Clegg, who's coming through the penultimate corner. A little bit too much back end. It stepped out on him and he's round. And Roger is dropping down 2 positions, maybe even 3 now. Oh, very unfortunate for him there, eh?
2 more laps to go. And the real battle may have started already. Seems like Nathan is pushing more and more, but Emma is flying away.
Well, this is where the battle has to start. For Nathan, he has to start thinking about making the move very soon because you can't always bank making the move in the last lap because that's not... It's just not sustainable. You need to start thinking about it and planning it from about 3 laps to go. And currently, he's 0.5 of a second off Emma at the lead of this race. And if we're being honest, unless he can close some serious speed on her, as he does there under braking there. Whoa, fantastic braking performance there from Nathan Alder. He was absolutely stamping on it. Closed up about 0.2 in one corner. He's got that absolutely locked down. That must be something within his setup. And now they're going to start. Oh, wait, it's going to be another lap, actually. Yeah, 2 laps starting now. They've just managed to squeeze in an extra lap now, so this is the battle.
Yeah, this is the battle coming now. 2, 1, 2 laps to go. And let the games begin.
Let the games begin. Emma Chapman, she looks in a mirror and she sees it's full of Nathan Alder, and that's not something you want to be seeing. He's proved his worth last week. He took 2 race victories. We'll see if he can do the same today or if Emma can fend him off for another couple of laps. Just about maybe 25 more corners for Emma to hold on here. And I say hold on, she's commanded this race. It sounds quite negative, but when you're getting chased by a driver like Nathan, it's quite hard to...
you should cheer her up. You have the same last name. Come on, chappers.
100%.
And who is that?
Do a Texera, yeah. Just, I'd say he's making sandcastles, but he's making, he's ploughing the fields is what I'll go for on the side of the circuit.
I didn't know Mercedes made that good of a lawnmower, but okay.
He got out of the way of the leads, and that's what matters. But, well, actually, it has to be said, Emma Chapman still leading this race. Still 0.2 of a second, 0.4 of a second, 0.5 of a second. Just keeping Nathan Alder at bay, but this is it. The final lap, he's going to throw down the gauntlet, and we'll see if Nathan can make a move count round the kink into the 119s for Nathan. He's flying. He's determined to take the position away from Emma Chapman. Through the second corner here at Kyalami, that's Crowthorne, through Yuxke Sweep up the hill, a long left-hander here of Barbecue. Emma Chapman just sticking to her lines, looking at her, clipping the apex, sticking to the outside curb there, running the car as wide as possibly can to keep all the speed, and here they come through Sunset Corner. It's a long right-hander, keep the foot in, a little bit of a lift, and then powering out the corner. We've got to stay on board with Nathan Alder. We'll see where he tries to launch a move. Oh, Emma Chapman goes very, very wide there. And now the move is on. Coming down the hill once again, in through Clubhouse Bend, through the S's, up the hill towards Leo Kopp. Nathan Alder had to slam on the brakes there. Emma Chapman went wide, but she closed the door on him. Didn't leave any space for Nathan. The gap's still at 0.5 of a second. We'll see if he can make the move anywhere. There's a little bit of moving further back. Guliczek is in the wall. He's losing positions left, right, and centre. He's down now in 7th position, potentially even further, but all eyes are on this battle up at the front. Emma Chapman looks to have done all she needs to do. She's kept him at bay. The gap is now at 0.6 of a second. And surely she's going to hold on for one last corner. She's going to round the final corner, and she's been under pressure all race long. Nathan Alder has not resisted, not let up. But it's not enough. Emma Chapman comes across the line to take home the first race victory of the night, and she does become the first female Track Titan Community Race winner. And I tell you what, that was some defensive masterclass from Emma Chapman, wasn't it?
That was so good. The cloth on the door, Could have been a penalty, but I think that was clean. That was really clean, really well done.
Absolutely fantastic stuff from Emma there. Great race victory. Nathan Older coming home in second. He couldn't do enough to take that victory away from her. And we'll see if he can try and take home a race victory in the second one of the night. But for now, he's going to have to be content with the second step of the podium. Juice Veers finishes in 4th position. Dennis Bosman in 5th. Andrew Glegg in 6th position. He managed to convert quite well. He was down in 10th position earlier on. Victor Lundgren, 7th position for him. He dropped back a couple positions. He had a great qualifying, but didn't manage to convert it quite as well. And then his fellow countryman, Isaac Hansen, finishes in 9th position. First name, last name, Lil Skill enters stage left in 9th position. And then Lucas Gulikcek, he had a spin on the final lap, and he's going to finish in 10th position. And that's devastating for Gulikcek, isn't it?
Definitely is. Last, but not the last lap.
He was chasing out that 3rd position in the championship, and it seems to have just slipped away from him now, doesn't it? After this one.
Yeah, it definitely does. Well, let him. If he has time, let him complete the lap.
Yeah, we'll see if the race lets him complete the lap. They've got 2 minutes from when the leader crosses the line to complete a lap. So we'll see if he can get around and at least see the checkered flag. But he's going to finish in 10th position. Alexander Gray in 11th. Roger Sale in 12th. Dugo Texera in 13th. And then Henry Comsey has disconnected. He won't be taking part in the second race of the night. Here we go. Lucas Gulicek round the final few corners here at Kyalami. Through Ingwe
livery.
Little clap as he crosses the line. I don't think he got to see the line there.
No.
Oh dear me.
He left. Left. No, I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
Poor guy, although he did lead before the first race, so it could just be a game thing for him. Well, what a race that was. Big congratulations to Emma Chapman for winning the first race of the night. She's got it all to do if she wants to take home 2 wins tonight. She's got to fight back, obviously, from the back of the grid. And, well, I tell you what, actually, I have to say, I said it at the start of the race, that's her first online race, apparently. So that's some debut, isn't it? That's a Hamilton-esque debut.
Him. The livery was supposed to be Ryan's, actually. Fun fact.
This is true, yeah, it was supposed to be Ryan's. Helmet. But she's got herself a pink helmet and a girly skin, apparently.
That's cute.
Especially made for her by Ryan. There we go.
Are you actually saying girly? I actually love the colorful purple, so I'm
enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being girly, Spitzler.
But liking purple is not a good girl.
Well, we'll see how this race goes. Reverse grid, which does mean that first name, last name, Lil Skittle rolls off the tongue in first position. Isaac Hansen starts in second. Victor Lundgren in third. Andrew Glegg in fourth. I think that's Diogo Texera in... I'm struggling to see some of the drivers. Juice Veers in sixth. I think the timing tower doesn't particularly want to work for me. We'll see as the drivers filter out where they all slot in. There is about 50 seconds left for the drivers on the grid here. And, well, you were right. You were right in the first prediction, Spitzland. Let's see if you can make it 2 for 2. Who's going to be leading into that second corner?
Victor will somehow dive it.
Victor's going to dive it, is he? From third?
Yes.
We'll see. We'll see. I'd love to see the comments coming in, by the way, guys. Thank you for coming on the stream.
Gulicek's wheel fell in turn 7, so that's why he crashed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness me.
And he was 1 second before the finish line.
Poor guy. Poor guy. Right, well, hopefully that doesn't happen in this race for him. In the comments, someone says, some say that Emma is Ryan's second account. You know what? After that performance, I can believe it. 6 red lights go on for the drivers. Let's see if Spitzland's right and Victor Lundgren can dive into the first corner. 6 red lights go out now, and away we go. And wow, that's chaos off the line already. John Ford looks to be going into the back of Diogo Texera. Will jump on board here with Juice Veers coming into the first corner now. Isaac Hansen leads the way. Andrew Glegg at third. First name, last name, Lil Skill dives up the inside of Isaac Hansen for the lead of this race, and that's a fantastic move for the lead. Victor Lundgren definitely did not get into the lead by the first corner. Emma Chapman is already into 5th position. What a fantastic fantastic start that is from her. Oh, but she collides with Juice Bayer. She goes at the backside of him. Juice goes around. I'm sorry for cursing. You're both there, Juice and Emma. She's now down in 11th position. Oh, and John Ford and Diogo Teixeira come together in a dramatic incident there. Diogo still recovering. That's a shame for them two drivers. But at the lead of this race, it's first name, last name, Lil Skill. It rolls up the tongue as ever. There's a driver around. Is that Dennis Bosman? Victor Lundgren again going round. Unfortunate for the Swedish driver there. Lil Skill controlling this race from the front. Oh,
that's Emma's fault.
Emma Chapman and Gulacek come together, and well, from an absolutely fairy tale first race, Emma Chapman is now down in the dumps. She's in 11th position and she's got all the work to do. Damage is on. She's going to have to come into the pits surely, but that won't affect the drivers up at the front of the pack because they are flying away. Lil Skill leading this race. Isaac Johansson in second, Andrew Glegg in third, and then there's three drivers and Alexander Gray.
Went wide.
Going very wide, losing positions. Nathan Alder, Dennis Bosman, and Alexander Gray having a three-way battle here across the line now. And Nathan Alder clearing away from Dennis and Alex a little bit across the line. And so we'll jump on board with Alexander Gray as he tries to learn from Dennis Bosman and figure out where to go on the track. Diogo Teixeira very, very slow on the side of the circuit there. He's limping around in a damaged car. Lil Skill still leading, Isaac Hansen in third, and then Andrew Glegg in third, Isaac Hansen in second. And this is a fantastic battle for the lead of the race, isn't it?
It definitely is. 3 cars battling for one place, definitely really good. I think Isaac has a better chance for the lead, that's for sure. He's closer to it. So, yeah, let's see if Lil Skill can make a mistake. We know he does a lot of mistakes as Lil Skill after all. It's not Max Newt. And that's Andrew. Just down of Isaac Johansson. Really well done.
Yeah, you were saying that Lil Skill makes mistakes and then Isaac Johansson makes one right before our very eyes. Andrew Glegg up the inside, taking second position away, and now he's going to try and take that first position away from Lil Skill. Isaac Johansson couldn't do it. Can Andrew Glegg? We'll see. Through the penultimate corners, here they come. Isaac Johansson going very, very wide there. That's the position. That's the corner where Max Newt went very wide. In that historic track titan race last season. I think it was last season or the season before. Oh, first name, last name, Lil Skill. Very, very deep into the last corner there. Nathan Alder is now on the back of it. And Andrew Glegg is starting his battle. What's that?
Nathan has had a little slide, seems like it. But again, the slide, and they somehow run away even more. Well, welcome to AC.
These Indy cars seem to love to drift, don't they? I swear you gain some time if you drift around a corner. Not like any other car I've ever seen anyway. Round the corners they come.
Emma or Gulacek, I think they would love that voice.
3 drivers still in a battle for the lead of the race. None of them have dropped back particularly. But this man might cause a problem here. Nathan Alder, he was second in the first race. He kept Emma Chapman very honest and he cleared away from these guys. We'll see if he can clear his way through them and part them like Mosick. Isaac Johansson up the insides of Andrew Glegg in Learcop. Doesn't manage to make the move stick, and he's going to stick behind in 4th position now. I think he's really desperately starting to think about making a move because he's looking in his mirrors and he's seeing Nathan Alder, and the more drivers he can put between himself and Nathan, the better, because we know how fast Nathan is. Emma Chapman is currently catching up to Alexander Gray. She is looking to make a move through the final few corners here, locking up her brakes as they come through Cheetah Corner now, powering out of that corner in towards the penultimate corner here. Alexander Gray, excuse me, still hold on to this position for a little while longer while Emma Chapman looks to carve out an overtake, and there it is in the final corner, just taking a tighter line, getting the power down much better than Alexander Gray, and into 7th position there for the American driver. That was a clean move there, wasn't it, from Emma Chapman, and that's about the only other battle that was going on.
That was a real good move, just down at the inside. And your second battle is for 2nd place.
Indeed it is. Well, even for first, you could say, although Lil Skill is doing very, very well to keep these guys at bay, isn't he?
Oh, he definitely is, but Isaac, and here you have Nathan, so it's a 3-car battle as well. There you go. I think that's what you wanted, Adam.
Epic 3-car battle. I'm happy. I always love to see a decent car battle here. Up towards Lear Cop. Lil Skill dropping back a little bit into him. Oh, and Andrew Glegg and Isaac Hansen come together. Oh, Isaac Hansen into the back of Andrew Glegg. He broke a little bit later than the British driver there. Andrew Glegg round now down in 6th position, potentially even 7th behind Victor Lundgren. Yes, dropping even further potentially as Emma Chapman approaches, and that's devastating for Andrew Glegg there. Not something I would say was his fault.
2 bumps with a bump with Nathan Older and Isaac. I think that's a little bit of suspension damage. That should be for Nathan or Isaac Johansson. Andrew dropping like a sack of bricks. And yeah, Nathan just cleanly overtaking Isaac Johansson. This will be a race to remember, I think.
Yeah, this is an absolute race for the classics, isn't it? This is going fantastically. First race, brilliant. Second race, even better. Nathan Older in second position ahead of Isaac Johansson. With a little bit of bumping and barging, but they're all through cleanly. And this three-car battle kind of remains, but I have to say, Lil Skittle has capitalised on the chaos, hasn't he? And put a bit of a gap between himself and Nathan.
It definitely did do that. That gap is a second long. Nathan will now get all through the air, and that will just help Isaac to catch him more and more. Not if you ride the curb like Tony Hawk. God damn it, Isaac.
You don't get skill points for nollies and. Oh dear me. Well, we'll see how this one goes. First name, last name, Lil Skittle still in the lead of this race, but we'll see for how long because Nathan Older is behind him and he is charging. The gap now 7/10 of a second. We'll come back to this one in a minute because I'm quickly going to look back at Emma Chapman, our race 1 winner. She's coming up on Victor Lundgren looking to make the move, and Alexander Gray is dropping down the order. What's happened to him? Oh, he's had a spin. He's had a spin. That's a real shame there. Alexander Gray now down in 10th position, ahead of Roger Sale, who is a country mile away, but Lucas Gulujek and Andrew Glegg inheriting 2 positions there apiece. The gap at the front closing up. Victor Lundgren has been passed by Emma Chapman, and that's a clean move by the looks of it there from Emma Chapman. She's ahead and into 6th position. I have to say this is a fantastic recovery drive, especially for... I can't believe this is her first race. She has to have been having me on. This is fantastic racing from her.
Or it's actually Ryan and his secret account.
That's it. It's Ryan's secret account. I believe it. I fully believe it. Well, we'll see if Ryan's driving style transfers over to Emma Chapman. Nathan Older there looked to be a lot closer to Lil Skittle, but then suddenly was a little bit further away. Not sure if they kind of came together, but Isaac Johansson is now at the back of them. And the 3-car battle for the lead remains. It's been a 3-car battle for the majority of the race, hasn't it?
It definitely did. This will be an amazing race, but yeah, third place is more than a second away. Emma is try-hard and wants to get that podium behind Dennis Bosman. Maybe she can catch him, maybe not. Seems like she can catch him now, going down from Cheetah down to Ingve, the last turn, and she is almost a half second apart.
Yeah, she's really trying to get ahead of Dennis Bosman here, coming through the kink in towards the first corner. There's this battle on track, and there's a battle for the lead. And Nathan Older has managed to make the move on Lil Skittle into the second corner, but Lil Skittle just sticks to his lines, keeps the better traction on the inside line as Nathan Older locks his brakes around the outside, holds on to that first position for a little while longer, but it's all heating up at the front now. Nathan Older isn't going to repeat the same mistake that he made in the first race. He's going to try and get ahead of Lil Skittle and get the move done early. Lil Skittle going very, very wide there. Up through Barbecue, through the sunset curves here. Down through the S's. First name, last name. Lil Skittle still leading this race. Nathan Older. Well, he had the move made there, but he just messed up his braking. Oh, he doesn't mess up his braking there. Here they come through Lear Cup. Lil Skittle very wide. Nathan Older had a sniff up the inside there. The gap now under 0.2 of a second. The move surely on as they're coming in towards Cheetah Corner. Nathan Older dives down the inside of Lil Skittle now. Oh, and leaves absolutely no room at the apex there. Lil Skittle has to concede that position. He's got to keep it side by side through the penultimate corner, but he's going to go very, very wide onto the grass. Lil Skittle, Isaac Johansson now coming through around the outside of the final corner out of Ingwe. Isaac Johansson into second position, and Lil Skittle with a big slap of oversteer to boot. Ooh. He's down in third position now, and potentially losing another position very soon because here comes Emma Chapman. But Nathan Older into the leader of this race, Isaac Johansson, in second position. And then, like I said, you've got this 3-car battle not far behind.
When did Emma get more than a second away from this? I was watching that the whole time. I just switched for a little bit to the lead battle, and she's somehow in front.
She's got pace in her pockets, hasn't she? She's just pulling it out of absolutely nowhere, flying away from Dennis Bosman here, and well, putting the boys to shame, it has to be said.
Come on, guys, a girl is beating you.
Hey, look, we are, what's the term?
Gender
equality.
neutral.
We're gender equality leaders here at the Track Time Community Race Series, and our girl is faster than most of you, which goes to disprove most of the sim racing stereotypes here. Emma Chapman starting her battle.
That's fine.
She's starting her battle for Little Skittles' third position, and this is out of nowhere. She was down in the dumps. She had an incident on the first lap. She looks for the brakes a little bit through cheater there, but so does Little Skittles, so she doesn't lose too much time. She's starting this charge for third position. Oh, I'm misidentifying corners.
That's crocodiles.
That's crocodiles.
120.2.
Yeah, Nathan with a very, very fast lap there. 122. He's the first driver into the 120s. Even Emma hasn't managed to get down into that low of a time yet, but she is here charging, trying to take a podium position. And a race win and a podium at your first time out is absolutely nothing to sniff at if she can secure this position and take it away from Little Skittle. It certainly looks on the cards. 3.5 minutes remaining for her to make one move. It's yeah, it seems like something that is signed, sealed, and delivered already, but Little Skittle's going to try and hold on for as long as he possibly can. Dennis Bosman is not far behind. Emma Chapman locks up the brakes there, trying to take the move away from Little Skittle. A little bit too eager, potentially. As I say, Dennis Bosman close behind. If these two have a coming together and they both go off the circuit, Dennis Bosman suddenly is into the third place, and well, this is going to be a big thing for him because he's trying to hold on to third place in the championship, isn't he?
Definitely yes. But I don't think Emma wants that to happen. But Dennis Bosman is a looming threat if Emma battles a lot with Little Skittle.
Yeah, it seems like the more she battles with Little Skittle, the more she drops back. She's having to stamp on her brakes when Little Skittle takes a line that she might not particularly expect. I think she's losing a little bit of friction through some of the corners because of this slipstream effect that we've got going on, but Little Skittle making it easy for her there. He's locked up his brakes through the final corner, gone very wide, and we saw her make a move just like that before. She didn't manage to pull it off this time. They're coming down through the kink in towards the second corner here. Emma Chapman's going to look to make a move up the inside. She's going to think about it, but not do it. Little Skittle defends the inside line. They're going to come up the hill once again through Yuxki, sweep through Barbecue. First name, last name, Little Skittle in the wall, and that makes it very, very easy for Emma Chapman to move through into third position. Dennis Bosman and Victor Lundgren also in her position there.
He just looked over, saw the girl, and he was just like, oh, yeah, no, just goes into the wall. Just a pretty simple move, you know. It's a very classic.
Made it very, very easy for him there. And that's Emma Chapman into the podium once again, and she's having an absolutely fantastic day at the races. Another driver, of course, who's having a fantastic day at the races is Nathan Older. Still leading this race, 1 minute 43 seconds to go. And, well, absolutely nothing bad to say about Nathan's racing today. He could have taken home 2 wins by the looks of it, but Emma just kept him at base fantastically in that first race. He's going to be looking home to take home the second race win at the very least. Isaac Johansson comfortably in second position. Emma Chapman 3 seconds away. Do you reckon she's going to catch that in 1.5 minutes?
He's away. Potentially can, yeah, but yeah, would love to see that.
If we're looking at the lap times alone, Emma Chapman is roughly 0.6 of a second faster than Isaac every single lap. So potentially, if Isaac has a rough lap, she'll be on the back of him by the end of this race, but he is quite a way away. It's going to be a big mountain for Emma to climb to get into second place. Let's have a look at another battle that's going on track here. Juiced Veyers is very, very close to Lil Skittle here. Lil Skittle, who once upon a time was running in third position, now in 6th, and he's getting tailed by Juiced in the monster livery, coming round the long right-hand sweep here and then braking in towards Clubhouse Bend. There's a little bit of a straight here before they go downhill into the S's. And Lil Skittle's holding on for dear life right now as he looks behind in his mirrors and sees Juiced Veyers, and he's keeping this gap underneath a second. But once again, the more these drivers battle, the more the drivers behind close in on them, and Andrew Clegg is very close behind a pair of them. Oh, and Juice goes, oh, big slap of oversteer. Comes back on the circuit, almost collects Andrew Clegg, but doesn't. Andrew Clegg moves through on him with relative ease, and well, that battle has tamed itself quite quickly, hasn't it?
It definitely did. John Ford just chilling in the Ferrari IndyCar next to a wall. The normal Tuesday afternoon. Why not?
He's just vibing. He's absolutely just vibing. Lucas Guliczek I think had a little bit of a spin there in Crocodile's corner, as I correctly call it this time, and rejoins the circuit. He's in 9th position and having a rough old time. It seems like the 3rd position has just slipped away from him, hasn't it?
Definitely did. There will be some of the damage from first lap where Emma crashed into Gulicek. We still have the stereotypes. So, no, Adam.
Don't reinforce it, Spitzlum. Don't reinforce
we are not
it.
gender progressive,
Hey,
but
look,
still.
she's faster than I'll ever be. She's faster than I'll ever be. That's all I need to say.
She's faster than both of us combined. Yeah, that's true.
That's why we stay in the comment. That's why we stay in the commentary box, Spitzlum.
Yes. Just yes.
Right. Well, aside from all that going on, Nathan Alder is on his penultimate lap here. He's coming round. Where are we at the circuit here? We're in the final corner. So Nathan Alder is going to come around the final corner here to start the final lap of this race. And, well, he's got a commanding lead as it stands right now. Oh, and the checkered flag falls. I'm not sure what happened there. I'm sure we get a new lap normally. But Nathan Alder wins this race in a way that I didn't quite expect. He rounds the final corner, takes home a win. And as I was about to say, he does it in style. Almost 6 seconds ahead of Isaac Johansson. He managed to snatch the lead away after starting second to last and takes home a fantastic win once again. That's 2 weeks in a row that he's had a race win, and very well done to Nathan indeed. Isaac Johansson in second position. Great finish for the Swedish driver there. That's a fantastic amount of points for him, and we'll see how that leaves him in the championship after this race. And then Emma Chapman finishes in 3rd position. She's had a race win and a podium. Fantastic first week of Track Titan Community Racing, and hopefully we'll see her back for Season 5 and see what kind of damage she can cause to some of these drivers up at the front of the pack. Dennis Bosman in 4th position. Victor Lundgren in 5th. First name, last name, Lil Skittle always rolls off the tongue in 6th position. Andrew Glegg in 7th. Zeus Veyers in 8th. Lucas Gulicek in 9th. Roger Sale in 10th. Diego Texera in 11th. John Ford vibes around in the Ferrari for 12th position, and Alexander Gray, excuse me. A tough day for him in 13th position. Let's have a chat with some of our race winners. Hopefully we can get them in to have a chat.
Emma doesn't have a mic.
Emma doesn't have a mic. Devastating. We won't be able to talk to her. Hopefully she can get one sorted for Season 5, because I doubt that's going to be her last race win here at the Track Titan Community Race Series. But we should be able to chat to Nathan Alder, as we did get to talk to him last time out. We'll see if he wants to join us very soon. However, in summary, let's summarise the day before Nathan comes here and before we get serenaded by Henry. Hopefully we can get serenaded by Henry. I'll give him a little poke, see if he can come along. But yeah, a fantastic race night tonight. And what a race round off the season that was. A new race winner here in the form of Emma Chapman, a new nationality and a new gender for our race winners. I don't think we've ever had an American race winner. I don't think we've ever had a woman race winner.
Yeah, so, Mad Bull is not racing anymore because he's too lazy. He doesn't know how to sleep. Yeah, so yeah, just Emma, just one.
Well, fantastic stuff from Emma. Great to give us a fair few firsts there with winning her first race. And then, of course, we've got Nathan Alder, race 2 winner. Fantastic racing from him. And in fact, let's drag him in. He's about in the general channel now. We've stolen him to the commentary lounge. Nathan, race 2 winner. Race 1, second place. Another great day at the races for you there.
Yeah, it went almost according to plan. I just messed up the start in race 1, really. That's what cost me. And it's so hard to follow in these cars. So I couldn't really do a lot about Emma in front. She drove faultlessly, didn't make a mistake, and I didn't really have a chance in the first race. But yeah, second race went a lot better for me. Incidents happened in front of me, and again, like the escort race last week, I was able to pick my way through without getting too much damage.
Yeah, you managed to get quite fortunate in the second race, managed to avoid most of the incidents, and there was a lot of incidents kind of going on around you, but second to last, and you started second to last even, and you picked your way through expertly, and then you really had to snatch that first place away from Isaac Johansson, didn't you?
Yeah, it was one of those moves down into the right hander at the bottom of the hill. I sent it obviously up the inside. I think we had banged wheels mid-corner, but yeah, I think it was just one of those incidents where there was plenty of track space either side, so a little touch as I went through. But yeah, it was all right. It was a tough fight again.
Yeah.
Everyone seems to be pretty good at defending in this league, so it's always hard to pass people. But it's good fun.
Yeah. It seems like you're having a good fun racing today, and well, it was a little bit more challenging for you, of course, which is, I suppose, usually very, very nice. But I mean, it's great to see you racing up at the front of the pack and taking home race wins. That first race, as he said, Emma, she didn't step a foot wrong, did she? She stuck to her lines.
Yeah, it was from turn one, lap one, straight in front, and yeah, didn't make a mistake. So I was unable to follow. It was the high speed corners you just can't follow close. You have to lift in some of the corners where you're normally flat, and that just gives the car ahead enough room to be far enough ahead into the hard braking zones. But yeah, I was hoping for a mistake that never come, and yeah, well done to her. She done a great job.
Yeah, she knows how to drive, doesn't she? And well, I think that's going to be I'm going to say it's going to be an interesting battle. If you both come back for season 5, and I really hope you do, it'll be a very interesting battle between you two throughout the season, won't it?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the challenge. Always good. More drivers at the front or wherever. It's always nice to be in a battle with someone that's equally as quick as you are, just so it makes it very interesting the whole race. So yeah, hopefully there's a few of us that can battle for race wins next season. I'll be back hopefully, and hopefully she will too.
Oh, fantastic stuff! Great to hear. We'll be kicking off the season in, I think, a couple of weeks' time. I think the Tuesday, the 21st, I believe it is. Yeah, the Tuesday.
Yeah,
21st.
I think that's it. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, cracking. So, well, I mean, I hope we'll see you back then. Chances are, if we're going off the last week's performance and this week's performance, we'll be speaking to you then again as a race winner, won't we?
Hopefully, yeah, I'm all up for that. As long as the race goes well, and I'm speaking to you guys, yeah, I'm happy at the end of the night.
Well, it'd be good to kick off your season with a bang. Thank you for joining us, Nathan. Congratulations on another race win, and as I said, we'll see you next season.
Yes, excellent. Thanks again, guys, and yeah, it's all good fun. So, yep, see you next season.
See you later, Nathan.
See ya, bye.
Yeah.
Right, there we go. Nathan Alder, race 2 winner. Fantastic stuff tonight. Fantastic racing from everyone involved. There was battles up and down the grid, and as I said, a new race winner to cap off the season, season 4. Our champion has been Ryan Skywalker. Unfortunately, he's not here to, I suppose, round off the season for us because of load shedding in South Africa. He would have raced if he could, but unfortunately, some of the problems with the South African power network means that he can't get any power at the minute, so he's having to miss this race. So we'll hopefully be chatting to him soon. We'll see how much involvement he has for season 5 and what a season that's set to be. Starting, as I said, on the 21st of February, and we'll be starting to chat about the calendar from tomorrow. So if you want to get involved in Season 5, join the Discord and you can talk with us and make sure we get all your favourite races in Season 5. Make sure you get in the Community Race channel, and in between the seasons, of course, we've got races each Tuesday. Tuesday the 7th and Tuesday the 14th. We're running some fun races for all the drivers. There won't be championship points on the line, but it should be a laugh, shouldn't it, Spitslam?
It'd be fun. For Valentine's Day, I will ask a lot of girls for what is a dream car that they would have if they had a boyfriend. What car they wanted for that boyfriend to have, and that car will be raced at a track that I will decide because I'm too lazy to decide now.
Okay. Right. Well, we'll see. We'll see what gets raced next week. It's always a bit of fun. It won't be live streamed, so we'll see you back on the live streams on the 21st. But until then, from myself, Adam Chapman, and from Spitslam, thank you to everyone that joined us throughout Season 4. We hope to see you again in Season 5 in a couple of weeks' time. But for now, we're signing off, so we'll see you guys later.